Do you wonder why the rich get richer and you may never seem to get in front of your expenses or never start your journey towards your financial freedom? This is because the rich people implement some fundamental key points that is very critical in order to build wealth. So in this video, I will be talking about 5 key points that you need to look out for if you want to start building wealth. Hey guys, this is Taresh and this channel is all about personal finance, entrepreneurship, investing and helping you achieve your financial freedom. A majority of the people are just living for the paycheck. They are just living 1 month at a time and they are not thinking anything about the future. It's very hurtful to see that 1/3 of Americans don't even have $1,000 saved up in case of any emergency. This shows a lack of respect for your financial well-being and this shows a lack of financial common sense. So if you want to start your journey towards your financial freedom, you need to keep these 5 points in mind that I'm going to talk about that will help you create wealth. The first point is you need to track everything. You need to have a budget. If I were to ask you that what percentage of your income did you spend on food last month? What percentage of your income did you spend on entertainment? What percentage did you save? A majority of you won't even have the answer of the exact amount you earned last month. This is the habit that is keeping you poor. If you ask a rich person who is maybe making $200,000 a month and he or she is spending $20,000 a month on different living expenses, that person will know where his each and every penny is going. What percentage is being saved, what percentage is going towards entertainment, what percentage is going towards housing. The point being that you need to keep a track of each and every penny that is coming in and each and every penny that is going out, because the rich people know that if you can't measure anything, you can't manage it. So in order to manage your money, first you need to have the proper principles, you need to have the proper habits to measure the amount of money that is coming in and each and every penny that is going out. So the first thing you need to do is you need to keep a track of your expenses. You can use plenty of different softwares that are available that help you to manage your expenses, to track your expenses, or you can just use a journal and be old school and use a pen and a paper. Because I personally use a journal, because whenever I write each and every expense down, I do some introspection and I myself find out that okay, I could have saved money here, okay, I overspent here. So you can use any method you want. Once you start implementing this habit, now you can use different budgeting techniques, different budgeting rules in order to better manage your money. For example, you can use the 50-30-20 rule in order to manage your money. I have made a dedicated video on how you can manage your money using the 50-30-20 rule and how you can implement that into your life. So you can check that video from the I button above. But the first fundamental step towards your financial freedom and towards building your wealth is you need to keep a track of each and every penny, have a budget and be disciplined towards following that budget. Because now once you start managing your money, now we can take smart decisions as to how to use that money. And talking about how to use the money that you have, the second point is you need to start paying off your high interest debts. The debts that are making your life a living hell. The 15, 20, 25% credit card debts. Here I'm not talking about the 30-year 2%, 3% mortgage. I'm talking about the debts that are making your financial freedom a dream and that will always keep you poor. Those are the high interest debts. You can't think about saving the money or investing the money until and unless you have these debts taken care of. Because even if you invest that money after taxes, a majority of the time you won't be able to outperform your high interest debts. You need to tackle these debts as soon as possible, because only after you are free from these debts, we can use that money in order to ensure your long-term financial well-being. There are 2 broad methods of paying off debt. The first is the snowball method and the second is the avalanche method. I have made a highly detailed and a dedicated video on how you can pay off your debt as fast as possible. So you can check that from the I button above. Once you have paid off your high interest debts, the third point is now you have the money to save, and you need to save as much money as possible. If you talk to any entrepreneur, if you read any entrepreneurship books, everyone will say that the fundamental of building your wealth in the long run is to save. Save as much as possible. Start managing your money. Make a list of your needs and your wants and start eliminating your wants to the bare minimum and start saving as much as possible, because it will take a lot of discipline to save as much as possible. It takes discipline to make more money. Either it is getting an education and getting a high paying job, or it is discipline in regards to your business. So it takes discipline to make money, as well as it takes discipline to stick to a budget and save as much as possible. And you need to develop the habit of saving and thinking from a financial standpoint that every penny you save will go towards your future. Now, some of the tips and tricks that will help you in building this saving habit, that will help you in saving more money is, firstly, what you can do is you can directly deposit 20% of your income into a different saving account. As in, when you get paid, the first thing that you need to do is just take away 20% and just deposit it into a different saving account. This way, just say to yourself that you only have the remaining 80% in order to fulfill your expenses and all of these different things. This way, you will constantly save 20% of your income each and every month. The second thing that you can do is, let's say you go out for shopping and you like a jacket that is worth $50. Now, whenever you shop or whenever you have to spend money, just make it a habit to always think to yourself and measure, will you have that $50 worth of product? In this example, it is a jacket, or will you have that $50 as cash? And if you had that $50 cash, you could have paid rent, you could have eaten some meals or any of those things. Now, if you feel that you would rather have that $50 cash, then you save that and don't spend that money. But if you think that that cloth or that product is worth your money, is worth your $50, then who is stopping you? But you need to always make it a habit of always measuring out, of always weighing. Will you have that product or will you have that cash? The third thing that you can do in order to save more money is make more money. Obviously, you need to spend some money for your living. You have clothing expenses, food, shelter, transportation, and the amount of money you can save, the amount of money you can invest is limited to the amount of money you are making. So work more hours, take up a second job, start a side hustle, just find different ways to make some extra money and save that money, save all of that money and just deposit that money into another saving account. This way, slowly and steadily, saving each and every penny possible, you will start taking leaps and bounds towards your financial freedom. The fourth point is, don't save it all, start investing. You should have at least $1,000 with you at all time in case of any emergency. Another thing is, you need to build up an emergency fund before investing anything. An emergency fund can be your monthly expenses for the next 6 to 8 months, because if there are any layoffs or if your income is not consistent or if any calamity strikes, you at least have some money to fall back on and don't get into debt or don't start taking steps backwards. Once you have done this, now you can start investing, because if you just keep saving and saving and saving, inflation will eat up your cash, and as it is rightly said, if you don't find ways to make money while you sleep, you will have to work your whole life. And that is not the point of financial freedom. So you need to put your money to work and make more money from the money you have. So the best way to do this is investing. Now, there is a common misconception that rich people invest in some crazy things that gives them crazy returns and we can't do this. Well, let me break it to you that the rich people also invest in the similar things you can. They also invest in a 401k. They also invest in Roth IRA. They also invest in blue chip stocks. real estate, there will always be exceptions of people you might know who became rich by investing into something crazy. But the rich people keep it simple. They also invest in the things that you can invest. The only difference is that they invest consistently. They always have a fixed percentage of their income that they for sure invest each and every month. It can be real estate, Roth IRA, 401k, Apple, Tesla, Amazon, blue chip stocks, anything, but they invest constantly and they invest for the long term. So even if you don't have the money to invest in real estate, invest in blue chip stocks, invest in S&P 500, invest in government bonds, mutual funds. There are plenty of ways to invest your money. The only thing is invest constantly, invest continuously month after month in order to ensure your long-term financial freedom. Now, the fifth point is you need to have a goal in your mind, because the extent to which you will follow my previous steps, previous points will be determined by your goal. How much money you want to make and how quickly you want to make that money. This will determine the degree to which you have to save, the degree to which you will have to cut back on expenses, the degree to which you will invest, the degree to which you will take risks. So you need to have a goal in mind, and all the previous points I talked about, you will have to decide to which extent you have to go in order to fulfill your goal. Let's say you are very ambitious, so you need to cut back to the bare minimum, save as much as possible, and not only save, invest as much as possible. And it goes without saying that the more risks you take, the more money making opportunity you have, and vice versa. The more money making opportunity you want, the more risks you will have to take. The perfect example for that will be in the previous year. Amazon was able to grow by 80%. Now, all of us know that Amazon is one of the biggest companies. Amazon has set procedures and the chances of failure is very, very minimal. That is why if you invest your money, last year it grew by 80%. But if you compare that with Tesla, that grew by 700%. Tesla is a company that is investing in next gen technology. So the chances of failure for Tesla is much, much higher. But in saying so, the room for growth is also much, much higher. That is why Tesla grew by 700% as compared to Amazon, that is much more stable, that has less risk, and in saying so, it has less growing potential as well. So you need to be very clear of what your goals are, and these goals will help you guide towards taking the right decisions, managing the risk, managing the money you invest, the money you save, how much you want to save, how much you want to cut back on expenses, and all of these different things. So if you follow these 5 fundamental key points, you will start taking leaps and bounds towards your financial freedom, and you will slowly and steadily start building wealth. That was basically it for today. Likes if you enjoyed it, subscribe if you loved it, and if you want to know about the 5 key points on how to never be poor or broke again, click on the video that is flashing on your screen right now, because I have made a dedicated video on the 5 key points that will help you to never be poor again.